right now on 5 on Your Side at 10.
Criminalizing homelessness. The Supreme Court upholds laws banning people from sleeping outdoors.
Criminalizing poverty and criminalizing homelessness, it's not the solution.
Tonight, city leaders and area shelters react to the ruling.
Shower and thunderstorm chances ramp up a bit overnight into early Saturday morning, when and where the rain chances are the highest.
But first tonight, thieves smashed their way into 3 South City restaurants overnight. The brazen crimes caught on camera.
They were only in the building maybe 2 minutes.
Why restaurant owners believe they were all hit by the same group. Good evening, I'm Holden Kerwicki. Kelly Jackson is off tonight. Right now, St. Louis police are still looking for the fast-moving burglars who broke into those restaurants. It happened near South Grand and Arsenal early this morning. That's where we find our Robert Townsend.
Hey, Holden, at this hour, the smash and grab thieves are still somewhere out there. Now, the business owners I talked to hope not for long. In the thick of the night, while Shawnee Knight was sound asleep,
This is when they first entered the office.
surveillance cameras at Got Ham and Eggs restaurant caught these smash and grab burglars breaking into the restaurant Knight and her husband opened here less than a year ago.
They basically just broke through this window. We're not sure what they used. There were 3 of them.
The cash-hungry crooks wore black hoodies and covered their faces with black masks when they rummaged through the restaurant just after 2 Friday morning.
They went in different directions. One went straight back to where our office is. One went to our bar area. One went to our server station.
The burglars tried to steal a safe that was bolted to the floor in this closet.
I am frustrated. We had to spend a lot of time cleaning it up.
Quick and costly crimes.
Just the window replacement, $800 or $900 maybe. It's a double pane. Cameras show they were only in the building maybe 2 minutes.
Minutes later, just down the street at Poke 1,
I mean, it's definitely frustrating.
Stephen Q believes the same burglars smashed the front glass door to his family's business, ripped apart a cable to a cash register, and stole money. They opened just 2.5 months ago. Their cameras snapped photos of the criminals.
One of them jumped over the counter. I saw one in the front, and I don't know where the other guy is.
It's believed the same young smash and grab bandits also hit Mokabee's coffee house next door.
It's just not worth it.
My dad, he wants to invest in like a steel gate blind that closes at night. I'm just glad no one actually got hurt.
Shawnee Knight also tells me police arrested one of the guys. She says he had a gun on him at the time. Live in South St. Louis, Robert Townsend, 5 on Your Side.
Thank you, Robert. Developing tonight, a woman was rushed to the hospital after they were hit by a train. It happened around 8 o'clock at the train tracks near Summit and Gladys in North St. Louis. The fire department says the victim was taken to the hospital with serious injuries. No word why she was on the train tracks at this time. Turning to your Weather First forecast with a live look over downtown St. Louis. It is a gorgeous night outside, but right now storms are building to our north and west, which could impact your Saturday morning. Chief Meteorologist Scott Connell joins us now to time out when the rain arrives in the bi-state.
You know, here's the deal. That rain's coming in tomorrow morning and overnight tonight. It's weakening. These thunderstorms out in northwest Missouri, the biggest thing you'll notice this evening, if you haven't already, is the fact that it's sticky and it's going to be steamy through the overnight hours into tomorrow. Humidity is definitely back. We're still in the mid-80s in St. Louis. The thunderstorms have been out here across eastern Kansas into northwest Missouri. The overall trend is for these storms to dive more to the southeast. So we're thinking what we're going to see is going to be more scattered showers now, and maybe some rumbles of thunder. Severe weather threat looks extremely low, but here's your timing. Coming in after 2 or 3 in the morning with our first chances north and west of St. Louis and getting into the metro area around 4 to 6 a.m. So scattered showers around through the morning hours. And then as we head towards lunchtime, we think that's going to fade a bit. Heading into the afternoon and evening hours, still extremely steamy in St. Louis, back into the lower 90s. We do have a heat advisory in effect for areas south and southwest of St. Louis, not including the metro area, but it's still going to feel like it's around 100 to 104, 105 degrees in St. Louis, but areas southwest right around 105 degrees. If you are going on a float trip tomorrow, better stay hydrated. That means lots of water. Don't overexert yourself, especially with the heat of the afternoon. Could be some isolated thunderstorms tomorrow evening. We'll track those out in a few minutes. Hold it.
All right, thank you, Scott. Developing tonight, 5 Missouri prison guards are now charged in an inmate's death at the Jefferson City Correctional Center. Othell Moore Jr. died in custody last year. Hours ago, 4 guards were charged with murder, and the other guard faces involuntary manslaughter charges. A criminal complaint filed hours ago says the guards pepper sprayed him, then restrained him in a hood, wrap, and chair restraint. An autopsy identified Moore's cause of death from asphyxia. Attorneys for the Moore family compared his death to George Floyd.
Othell Moore, like George Floyd, was beaten. Othell was actually pepper sprayed. They put a spit mask on his face. They put him in the prone position face down. They shocked him with shock gloves. The entire time before his death, Othell was screaming, "I can't breathe."
The Missouri Department of Corrections said it has discontinued the use of the restraint Moore was put in before he died. An update on the shooting investigation at the AMC Theater in Creve Coeur. Right now, police are still talking to witnesses and victims. So far, 20 people have filed complaints about the incident. The shooting happened last Saturday when a kid brought a gel pellet gun to the theater and opened fire. The child could face several charges, including assault, disturbing the peace, or making a terrorist threat. An East St. Louis woman was seriously injured in a single car crash that killed a baby girl. It happened around 5:30 yesterday on Route 61 north of Palmyra. The Missouri Highway Patrol report says the car ran off the road, hit an embankment, overturned, and stopped in the median. The 1-year-old girl was rushed to the hospital where she died. 5 other people, including 3 children, were injured. The report said no one was wearing a seatbelt. Hours ago, a man pleaded guilty to the hit-and-run crash that killed a teen outside Ted Drew's in South St. Louis. Jacob Adler was sentenced to 5 years in prison for the July 2022 crash that killed 17-year-old Matthew Nikolai. According to court documents, they show Adler never reported the accident and later took his truck to a body shop to repair the damage. This comes as safety advocates are working to decrease deadly crashes in St. Louis streets.
There are more crashes. They increased after the pandemic. Pedestrian-related crashes particularly increased. There's a vulnerability out there, and so driver behavior needs to change. There are ways that law enforcement can be used. There are ways policy can change.
We contacted the city to find out what they're doing to make city streets safer. They tell us they're widening the sidewalks and adding more traffic signals, among other measures. An update on the giant sinkhole at Alton Park. Tonight, the displaced baseball team has found a new temporary home. The Alton River Dragons play their home games at Gordon Moore Park, which has been closed since Wednesday's mine collapse. Yesterday, the team tried to play a game in Godfrey, but the Frontier League did not approve the field setup. Hours ago, the Village of Bethalto announced the team can play at its sports complex. The River Dragons will now play a free doubleheader tomorrow, starting at 5:35.
Presidential debate fallout.
Everything we have to do with, look.
President Biden addresses his lackluster performance on the debate stage as former President Trump declares a big victory. Voters shared their top concerns for both candidates. Keeping track of your health without leaving home. Consumer Reports lists the best devices for assessing your well-being.
The strongest storms tonight are well to our west and northwest, and they'll weaken as they head our way. The conundrum we face as we try to pin down the timing of those thunderstorms for Saturday.